What's up guys, and welcome back to another Pokemon Sun and Moon coverage video, and today we had the English reveal of most of the stuff we saw yesterday, just in English. There was a trailer and there's also loads of details on the website, so I'm going to be going through that and just sort of going over and giving you a brief overview. There's nothing too much to look into, but there's all the new Pokemon with new abilities, we know the abilities of most of them now as well, so we can just go and look through that quickly. So first up we're talking about Tapu Koko. That's the English name still, it's all good. It's the land spirit Pokemon, so we don't know if that's going to change per Guardian, maybe land spirit, earth spirit, I don't know, something like that. Or maybe it'll just be a shared sort of species name there. Obviously it's electric fairy type, it's 5'11" inches tall, weighs 45.2 pounds. The ability in English is called Electric Surge rather than Elect Maker, but obviously does exactly the same thing, i.e. put the electric terrain out on battle. We're told that it's a special Pokemon that protects the area where it lives. It's the guardian deity of Mele Mele Island, so that is the name of the first island, Mele Mele, and which is obviously one of the islands in the Lola region. It's known as a guardian deity, but it's a surprisingly fickle Pokemon and will not necessarily come to your aid if you need help. So it's known as the guardian, but it's not like it's a superhero, for example. Despite it, this Pokemon has a strong sense of curiosity, so if it's interested in a person, it comes to play in battle with them, so that's possibly how we'll actually get to see it in-game. Now, ability is Electric Surge, fills the field around the Pokemon's feet with electricity, basically we know all that electric terrain as well. We also know about its new move. It's just called Nature's Madness, which slams into an opponent and reduces that Pokemon's health points by half, so basically it's an alternate version of Super Fang, that's what I'm thinking of, so it's nothing too special, it's just that, but whatever. We also know that it can store electricity by enclosing itself in the shells on its arms, and it also appears to enter this form during other special times. Now, what that means, we don't really know. I guess we'll see in the future. Maybe it's to do something that I might be talking about later on in my video about the 4 Guardians, which will be up later today because I just made it earlier before this information came out. So that's Tapu Koko. Obviously there were other Pokemon revealed too. Before we go on further, I'm going to look at actually the 2 Pokemon we got ages ago but weren't properly revealed, Iwanko and Nekawala, which now have new English names. Iwanko is called Rockruff. Thank God it's not called Iwanko. Rockruff, it's the puppy Pokemon, pure rock type. Its ability is Keen Eye or Vital Spirits. It has an excellent sense of smell. It's a social Pokemon. Bite is a good move apparently for it. Nothing too special really here, but that's it really. It's just the name we needed to know. So Rockruff sounds like a pretty good name. I'm not going to explain about that. Much better than Iwanko. And then Nekawala's new English name is Komala, so similar, just slightly different. It's the drowsing Pokemon. Its ability is called Comatose, which means that it perpetually is perpetually in a drowsing state, which prevents it from getting any other status conditions. So it can't get status conditions basically. So that's quite interesting. It'll be very interesting to see what it evolves into, if it evolves into anything, because it could be very good as a Pokemon that can get burnt, can get toxic. It will be very interesting to see about that. Obviously we have some more Pokemon to look at as well, namely the ones that revealed yesterday. So first up we have Charjabug. It's all the English names here are the same as the ones we had yesterday. Charjabug is the battery Pokemon. Funny, it has the ability Battery. Charjabug, the ability Battery is not seen before. The battery ability allows it to raise the power of allies' special moves. So we don't know how it does it, but obviously it'll be useful, I guess, in double and triple battles and such. Then we have its evolution Vikavolt. It's the Snagbeat Pokemon. It has the ability Levitate, which I guess is good. It's nothing amazing, but it makes you immune to ground type moves. Yes, you would have taken neutral from them anyway, but I guess it's pretty good. I don't think there's anything too much extra to look at there. Just Vikavolt with Levitate, so I guess that's a half decent ability. In terms of what other Pokemon we saw yesterday, there was also, let's look at Bruxish. Bruxish is the Gnash Teeth Pokemon, Water Psychic type as we saw. Its abilities are Dazzling or Strong Jaw. Dazzling being the ability that prevents sort of priority moves, and Strong Jaw being ability we got last gen, I think it was, which powers up biting moves. So I guess that's quite interesting. We're also told in the Alola region, lifeguards let Bruxish remain in the area to prevent dangerous water type Pokemon from gathering there. Quite interesting there. So then we also have, let's look at Drampa next. It is the Placid Pokemon. It's a normal dragon type, 9 foot 10 inches tall or long, I guess you could say, and its abilities are Berserk or Sap Sipper. So Frenzy we were talking about yesterday is actually called Berserk in English. Basically what Berserk does is when the Pokemon's Pokemon's health points drops below half, its special attack rises. So it's nothing amazing and nothing too special, but basically when it gets on low health, it gets higher special attack. So nothing amazing to sort of see, but you know, that's a decent, you know, it's a new ability. I'm not complaining about new abilities. Then we also have Cutiefly, the bug fairy from yesterday. It's the bee-fly Pokemon. It's very small, and its abilities are Honey Gather or Shield Dust. Honey Gather being the ability that you can pick up honey from it every now and again, and also Shield Dust being the one that prevents added effects of moves, I believe, from memory at least. So that's that there. We're told they mostly live in fields and meadows, apparently, so nothing too special there. And then obviously we have Togedemaru, again the same name here. It's the roly-poly Pokemon, nice, electric steel type, and its two abilities are Iron Barbs or Lightning Rod. So two we've seen some before, they're just quite interesting I suppose for it to have. And I don't think there's anything too special for us to read about Togedemaru there. There are also pages on the website about each of the 4 versions of Zygarde. So obviously Zygarde cores and cells. I guess it just tells us exactly about what it was, but the fact it's actually mentioned Zygarde cells means they might, you know, pop up in the game at some point. It's mentioned about Zygarde 10% form, it's the older Pokemon. Its abilities here are Aura Break or Power Construct. So Aura Break is exactly the same as the one we had before, which it gets rid of the auras from Zygarde, from Yveltal and Xerneas, whereas Power Construct, I guess, is the new ability that allows it to, you know, end up coming into its complete form. Looking at the 50% form as well, exactly the same here. Aura Break, Power Construct, and it tells us here when a Zygarde 10% or 50% with Power Construct. When a Zygarde 10% or 50% with Power Construct ability will be able to change forms into its complete form during battle if its health points drops below half. So it looks like that Zygarde 10% and Zygarde 50% are going to be completely different Pokemon, or at least they'll be the same Pokemon, just different forms that you can't change between. And when you drop below half health points, both of those forms will change into the complete form. And it looks like either form can have either ability. So you could have a 10% form Zygarde with Aura Break, or a 10% form Zygarde with Power Construct. Then looking at Zygarde complete form, obviously exactly the same. Its ability is just Power Construct this time. And its complete form is specialised for battle, enabling Zygarde to fight with its full power and its full duty of protecting the Pokemon ecosystem. Its wings and tail each have their own core. Each core serves as a brain and can make decisions and act independently. So very interesting stuff there. But that's all the new stuff on the website that I can see. There was also a new trailer, as I mentioned. There wasn't anything too special there. It was just sort of a new trailer revealing the new Pokemon. However, we have some new features as well that I mentioned on the website. So, new features in Pokemon Sun and Moon. If we view the gallery, first up we have this shot here, which looks to be, my guess would be, inside of the forest behind the starting village. It looks like it would be, at least. That's just my initial prediction. Second shot we have here is Pikachu doing some crazy thing, whether it's using a Thunderbolt or something like that, it would make sense. And also we have this picture of one of the players riding on top of I can't remember, it's Stoutland. It's a Stoutland, I believe. So that's interesting. A riding Pokemon are returning. They weren't a huge sort of I guess feature in X and Y. They were just here and there, and you could ride them along a certain route. But it looks like they're returning it here. Whether it will be a constant thing you can use it for, we don't really know. But this looks to be obviously on the final island, or one of the the side islands with all the crazy gorges and stuff. So that's interesting to see how that might actually play into the games and stuff there. We'll have to see in the future. We have some more though, of course, some more pictures. I'm just going to pick out the interesting ones here. We have some images of trades, and they look pretty damn cool there. Sort of the Pokeballs whizzing by each other, as well as obviously then seeing the Pokemon side by side. I'm only picking out the interesting ones here because obviously we have seen a lot of this before, so a lot of them are just exactly the same we've seen from E3 and stuff like that. And obviously, yeah, that's pretty much all the new stuff there. There's nothing too much extra to look at in sort of that section, because it's all just stuff we had from E3, just higher quality, and there's not much point in showing you them. But that seems to be it for the new information today, guys. The only extra thing I would say is that Zubat appears as one of the wild Pokemon, so it looks like Zubat might be native to the Alola region. Apart from that, we don't really know too much. And also Pichu can be found in the wild, so... and obviously Psyduck as well. I'm just looking at these pictures here. So a few new Pokemon we can add to sort of the Alola regional decks, possibly. But that's the new information for now, guys. Let me know what you think about the abilities some of the new Pokemon are getting, and also what you think Tapu Koko's separate form, or construction, I guess, is going to be. As I said, I have a video later on covering Tapu Koko and the other 3 Guardians, speculating on them and talking about maybe a final legendary Pokemon hidden in the background for the moment, so be sure to watch that one later on. If you enjoyed this video, hit the like button and let me know your thoughts down below. But for now, this is going to be it for me for today. I'll be seeing you next time. Thank you for watching. Goodbye, my friends.